Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here already. Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and hit the bell button to get alerts for any time that I upload new content to the channel. Today is about a double wing. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep watching. Alright, so I've already moisturized. And I'm going to go in with a setting spray. This is the new Milani setting spray, Make It Last. It does have a really nice mist to it. Sometimes setting sprays are a little more, the mist is just not as fine, and the fine mist is what you want, especially for setting. For before anything else, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to shake this. I don't know if I have to. A lot of these are ones that you have to shake. And I'm going to fast forward you past the drying. Okay, I'm dry. So I'm going to use this. This is the Tarte Clean Slate 360 Creaseless Primer. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm going in on my eyes like I normally would. But because I'm going to be doing a double wing, I'm going to be more liberal with this than I normally would be. So I'm putting it on my eyelid like I normally would. But then I'm also, because I'm doing a double wing, I'm going to put it out here, kind of in the area where the wing will be. And I'm even going to bring it a little bit under my eye where that lower wing is going to begin. Just because you get teary, and it's good to have as much kind of primer down there, so when you take the time to do a look like this, that it lasts if you get teary, or if you're in damp weather, things like that. So I'm going to do my full face, including mascara. The only thing I'm going to leave is my eyeliner. So I'll be back for you in just an instant, but for me in about 10 minutes. I'll see you soon. Alright, so I've done everything to my face, foundation and powder and whatnot, and mascara. The only thing that I haven't done yet is eyeliner. So I'm going to zoom you in, and I'll do one eye first, and then I'll zoom you out and do the other one, just speed you through it. Alright, hello there. So I'm starting with my Morphe 250S brush. It is a very small tipped brush. I prefer a fine tip brush. Other people prefer an angled brush. Whatever it is that works for you, that's what you should use. And then I'm using a gel liner. I'm using Makeup Geek Immortal. It's a nice black matte liner, but whatever works for you. I prefer a gel liner when I'm doing a double wing, because it just stays better on my eyes. But you could use a pen, you could use anything. You could even use powder, actually, just to kind of get things started. Some people will use powder when they're practicing, because it's a lot more forgivable and easier to remove. So when I'm doing a single wing, what I generally will do is have the angle of the wing start kind of at the edge of my upper eyelid, the very, very edge, and angle up towards the end of my brow. When I'm doing a double wing, I actually have it go out a little bit more like this. So I'm going to be following the bottom of my lash line, and then right here there's kind of a little bit of an angle where the top and the bottom lid meet. And then from there I'm kind of going straight out. And then my top wing is going to follow my bottom wing. So I'm going to begin with the bottom, and what I'm doing is I am putting my brush in the liner, as you'd expect, and I'm really getting it in there. And then what I'm going to do is put the brush in the lid and squish it around, because I want to make sure that that liner is evenly distributed over the whole brush. Alright, so I'm going to go in starting on the bottom. And I'm starting right beneath my lash line. And getting as close as I possibly can. And then I'm right at the edge here. And again, instead of going up like I normally would with a single wing, I'm going to follow this out. And I'm going to start out here. Bring it back in. So I'm going up and down. Doesn't really matter which way you're doing it. It just, I feel like it's easier for me to get the angle if I'm starting out and coming back in. And that is pretty much it for the bottom wing. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but yeah, there's just it's not a complete line because it's because my eye isn't totally flat. It's that little bit of an angle where my lids meet each other. So I'll go in with some micellar water, and I love these. These are from Ulta. They are applicators. They're dual-sided, so this is for, I guess, powder makeup or something. I don't use them for that. I use them with micellar water to remove edges and mistakes, let me be honest. So I'm gonna put some micellar water on the pointed end, and then I'm gonna come over the edge and just clean this up a little bit. And that's it. That's my bottom line. And I'll fill in a tiny bit more. That's pretty much it. Okay, now I'll do my, my top wing. And again, I'm picking up more product and I'm gonna squish it in the lid just to make sure it's evenly distributed. And then this time, instead of doing my top wing like I normally would and have it go angled up directly towards my the edge of my eyebrow, I'm going to have the top line follow the angle of the bottom. So starting at the top and just bringing it down, opening my eyes up so that I'm getting all of the skin in there. Things get a little wrinkly, and so opening up my eyes as wide as I can allows me to really get all of that. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna make it go a little bit longer so it extends kind of as long as the bottom one does. And that's pretty much it. I will now go in and do my lid. And again, picking up more and squishing it around. So I'm starting over the furthest end, not going all the way to the edge of my lid. And this is how I do any eyeliner. So I wouldn't go all the way in because it tends to make your eyes look a little bit more closed if you bring the liner all the way to the end, closed and smaller. So I'm taking this across and then I'm doing, this is a technique that I had pointed out before, but when I do my top line, I don't initially draw it on top of my lid. I draw it up a little bit. It gives me a little bit more control if I am not exactly following my lash line. So I'm just putting it up a little bit higher and then I'll come in and color in the rest. So I'm coloring it in. Bring it over a little bit more on the inside. Just not all the way to the edge. Okay, and I'm going to do a little more cleanup with the micellar water, but it's pretty okay. So again, I'm using the, these are just awesome, the fine point ones from Ulta. All right, so that is my first wing done. I'm going to zoom you out, and then I'll do the second wing and speed you through it, and then I'll see you on the other side. So that's pretty much done. The one thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in. This is the foundation that I use. This is my Hourglass Vanish Foundation in Ivory. I typically do my eyes first, partly because of cleanup and partly because I sometimes use eyeshadows that are a little glittery or have fallout. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little bit of foundation that's missing here that came off when I was cleaning off my the inconsistencies that I wanted to get rid of. So I'm going to go in with just a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going to put it around here on the edges just to clean it up. And there's a little bit over here too, just to clean it up a little bit. And I went over my liner a little bit on this side so it's not quite as dark as I want it to be. So I'm just going to do one last sweep over this line with my liner just to make it a little darker. All right, and that's that. I am going to set it with some setting spray, and again I'm using the now I'm using the Milani Make It Last. This is really nice right now because the mist is so fine. But yeah, not that big of a deal, easy. I do have an earlier video that I'll link down below that kind of goes over just straight up winged liner and eyeliner 101, gives you an idea of different kind of liners that you might be using. But I would just practice this, you know, take some time before you take off your makeup or wash your face at the end of the day and experiment, because you can always wash it off. You might also, I mentioned before, practice with eyeshadow. Eyeshadow and a slanted brush might be a good way to start. This is just a standard like BH Cosmetics brush, but you find the brush that works for you, find the formula that works for you, and just practice and have fun. Leave comments down below about your experience with this. I hope that you have fun. Thank you again so much for watching and for stopping by my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notifications and alerts when I upload something new. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.